Most batteries don't die of old age. They get slowly starved to death by problems you could fix in under 2 minutes. Here's the kicker. A slightly loose terminal cable creates extra resistance, and that resistance generates heat, wastes charging power, and burns out your alternator faster. Japanese mechanics figured this out a long time ago, and they built a simple habit around it. I'm going to walk you through the exact same checks they use, starting with a dead simple twist test on your cables that takes about 30 seconds. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Go pop your hood right now and look at your battery cables where they clamp onto the terminals. Grab each one near the clamp and try to twist it by hand. Not yank it, just rotate it like you're turning a doorknob. If it moves at all, even a little, that cable has been working against you every single day you've driven that car. It shouldn't move. Not even slightly. Zero rotation means a solid connection. Any movement means there's a gap between the cable clamp and the battery post, and that gap is a resistance point. And resistance in an electrical circuit does one thing. It generates heat. So instead of that charging energy going back into your battery where it belongs, it's getting burned off as heat right there at the terminal. Did you know that even a small jump in terminal resistance can cut charging efficiency enough to knock a full year or more off your battery's life? That's not a worn-out battery. That's a battery that never got a proper charge. Think of it like a garden hose with a kink in it. The pump is still running, the water pressure is still there, but you're only getting a fraction of the flow at the other end. Your battery is sitting there waiting for a full charge after every drive, and it never quite arrives because that kink, that loose clamp, is bleeding off power before it ever gets there. Japanese mechanics started paying close attention to this because they noticed a pattern. Cars coming in for early battery replacements almost always had connection issues, not dead cells. The battery itself was fine. It just hadn't been getting a full charge because the connection was slightly off, and over months and months, that adds up to a battery that can't hold what it used to. So here's the fix. Grab a 10mm wrench, that's the right size for most battery terminals, and snug that clamp down until there's zero movement. You're not trying to crush it. You don't need to over-torque it, just firm and solid with no play at all. Do both the positive and the negative. It takes maybe 45 seconds per terminal, so you're looking at a minute and a half total. Here's the kicker though. A loose terminal doesn't just cause a resistance problem. It also causes something called micro-arcing, which is basically tiny electrical sparks firing at the contact point between the clamp and the post. Those sparks eat away at the metal and speed up corrosion, so the longer you leave a loose terminal alone, the worse the contact gets. It's not one problem sitting there, it's a chain reaction that gets worse every single week. Once you tighten both terminals down solid, your alternator can finally push a full charge into the battery on every drive without fighting that resistance. And you can actually see the difference with a cheap multimeter. Set it to DC voltage, touch the leads to the battery posts with the car off, and a healthy, well-connected battery should read right around 12.6 volts. If you were sitting at 12.3 or below before you tighten things up, you'll often see that number recover after a good drive with a clean charging path. That 12.6 number is your target, and it matters more than most people realize. Tight terminals are step one, but here's what most people miss. Even a perfectly tight clamp can still be strangling your battery if there's a white or blue-gray crust building up underneath it. That's corrosion, and it's way more of a problem than it looks. Here's how it forms. Battery acid vapor seeps out of the cells, hits the moisture and metal around the terminal, and reacts into that crusty mineral buildup you see on neglected batteries. It looks like harmless powder. Electrically, though, it acts like a thin, insulating layer sitting right between your cable clamp and the battery post. So even with the clamp bolted down tight, that crust is in the middle of the connection, adding resistance right where you don't want any. You won't believe how little corrosion it takes to cause a real problem. A layer you can barely see with the naked eye is enough to add measurable resistance, reduce the current flowing into the battery while it's charging, and make cold starts noticeably harder to pull off. And because it builds up so slowly, a little each week, most drivers never connect the dots between that white crust and the battery that's struggling in January. The fix is simple, and you probably have everything you need at home right now. Disconnect the negative cable first, then the positive, always in that order. Mix a tablespoon of baking soda into a cup of warm water and pour it right over the terminals. Watch it fizz. That fizzing is the alkaline solution hitting the acid residue and neutralizing it on contact. Scrub it out with an old toothbrush or a wire brush, rinse it clean with plain water, and dry everything off completely before you do anything else. Here's the kicker though. Cleaning it once doesn't mean much if you don't seal it after. Once the metal is clean and dry, coat the post and the inside of the cable clamp with a thin layer of dielectric grease or even plain petroleum jelly before you reconnect. That grease sits on the surface and blocks moisture and acid vapor from getting back to the metal. It's the step most people skip, and it's the reason the corrosion comes right back within a few months. Now the second choke point is one almost nobody talks about: the flat top surface of the battery case itself. Grime, oil residue, and dried acid settle onto that plastic over time, especially in the area directly between the two terminals. And that buildup creates what's called surface leakage, which is basically a faint electrical path running across the outside of the case that lets tiny amounts of current bleed off continuously while the car is just sitting parked. Did you know that kind of slow drain can pull enough juice over several days to leave you with a sluggish start? It's not a massive drain on its own, but stacked on top of everything else, it adds up fast. Just wipe the top of the case down with a damp rag, focus on that strip of plastic between the two terminals, and make sure it's fully dry before you close the hood. Think of your battery like a bucket with a hairline crack near the top. You keep filling it, but it never quite reaches full because it's always losing a little. Cleaning the case closes that crack. What you've done now is clear every choke point between your alternator and your battery. Stick around because there's one more piece to this that ties the whole system together. Most batteries that get replaced early aren't worn out, they're just starved. 3 fixable problems, less than 2 minutes of work, and your charging system is finally running clean. Tight connections, sealed terminals, clean case top. That's it. Grab a cheap multimeter and check your resting voltage before and after you do this. A healthy battery reads 12.6 volts. If you were sitting below that, you'll see it climb back up after a good drive. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more of these practical under-the-hood fixes. Because once you do this, cold morning starts get noticeably faster. That's your battery finally getting what it's owed.